Hello friends, and welcome to TurtleQueenGaming, and back to what I'm pretty sure is going to be the last installment of Nicole for Ted's playthrough. Hopefully Ted's playthrough. Unless I picked wrong. We'll see. Under the sound of my music, I hear a faint buzzing that can't be part of the song I'm on. Is that my phone? I pull out an earbud and check on my bed. I can see that my screen's lit up with the announcement of an incoming call. Ah, I recognize who it is. After awkwardly tugging out the other earbud, I place them as carefully as I can on my desk before snatching up my phone. It feels like I answer it just in the nick of time, too. Hello? Hey there, Nicole. That is definitely my dad, Lieutenant Anderson Grave. As the title suggests, he is in the military Air Force, to be specific. He's stationed at a base nearby, though I'm not exactly sure what he does. Last I heard, it was providing some basic training, but he's great at fixing machines, too. Hi, Daddy. Not yelling at anyone today? I just finished with that, actually. I doubt either of us will forget the time he actually answered me using his drill sergeant voice one time. I thought I'd called the wrong number. Mom totally let him have it for that. Guess that's why he's extra careful about it now. I wanted to see how you were doing in school. First year of college can be a real doozy. Aw, Daddy, I know you're busy. It's fine, if you don't call. I can spare a few minutes for my little girl. I'm sure the boys appreciate the breather anyway. Okay, well. What can I say? Obviously nothing about you-know-what. School's good. Let's talk about school. I told you my schedule, right? Did you? Hey, I told you about it the night before the year started, remember? When you took me out to dinner? I sigh into the receiver. Ouch, you're terrible. Your old man's called old for a reason. Well, my schedule's not bad. I'm only having trouble with my bio class, but I kind of expected that to happen. I've gotten a few jobs, or odd jobs, lined up whenever I need the money. Oh, thank God. Now I don't have to worry about you running me dry with all that online spending you do. Mom told you about that, huh? Helped pay for some of it. Your mother and I may not be together anymore, but we can still be adults when it comes to our kids. The way he says that with such finality makes my chest go heavy, but I do my best not to show it, though. You guys are the best. Seriously, I'll try not to spend so much from now on. If I give in to weakness, I'm super sorry. Just try your best to resist temptation. I know you got it in you, Nicole. Oh, right, there was something else I was meaning to talk to you about. There it is. I can hear it. He's using the same tone that Mom did right before she asked about... That's... Aria's had a string of girls disappearing, right? Ugh, I was hoping the topic wouldn't come up. Not you too. Your mother told me about it, Nicole, and I have to agree that this is something that you should be wary about. You never know what could happen. Trust me, I do. My eyes widen. Crap, I didn't mean to say that out loud. What do you mean? I've been learning about the disappearances, to keep safe and all that. I don't want this to happen to me, obviously. Even if it already has, I think to myself. It's great you're taking some caution, honey, but be sure to look out for yourself. You never know what... I hear someone talking to Dad, cutting him off from our conversation. He must cover up the phone with his hand because I can only hear a muffled voice from that point on. Nicole, honey, are you still there? I snap back to attention when I hear his real voice blare through the phone. Oh yeah, is everything okay? Something needs my attention now. I have to go take care of it. Sorry. I won't lie, hearing that is kind of disappointing since we're just getting to talk, but on the bright side, at least my dad will stop interrogating me about the disappearances. No biggie, Daddy. I'll call you later, okay? Yeah, see you later, Nicole. There's a click on the other line, and there goes my dad. I throw my phone back on the bed and flop face down beside it. Slowly, I roll over onto my back, so I'm looking up the ceiling. What am I going to do? Sure, I've learned about those girls, but I don't know. I don't feel like it's helped matters much. Maybe I should have told Dad. Then he could sick the whole Air Force on this guy, and I wouldn't have to worry about this whole thing. Like that would happen. I don't need anyone's help with catching the guy. I'll show him that he's messed with the wrong girl all on my own. But wow, my eyelids feel like they're closing on their own. How tired must I be to... Well, I guess a nap won't hurt. I shut my eyes and my body drifts along towards slumber, away from all these worries and cares. I don't know how long I'm out, possibly for hours. When I wake up, I glance out my window. I'm greeted with a dull glow of the setting sun. That was definitely more than a nap, for sure. I feel more exhausted than when I was at the start. I sit up, dropping my legs over the side of the bed. I rub my eyes. My phone. Where's my phone? Blindly, I grope around my bed for my phone as I continue to rub my eyes. I hope no one tried texting me while I was out cold. Luckily, that feels so weird. Luckily, luck has it that no one did, but it does look like I got an email. Is it for class? Oh, even better. It's from Roller. At least that's what I think until I actually get to reading it. Stop butting into where you don't belong or you'll regret it. No... Wait. Norn? I don't know what that says. Something about jokes. Like, is that supposed to be no more jokes? I don't know. Anywho, it is totally my business, and I am more than welcome to butt into it when you threaten to kidnap me next. The username is another fake blog. I have no idea how to write. No more jokes? That's what I got out of it. That doesn't look that's not what it looks like, but no more jokes. Is that what it's supposed to mean? Are they saying they haven't been serious up till now? It's true they haven't messaged me all this time, but I didn't think they were just toying with me like this. Man, what a... Ugh! I block the blog without replying and rise to my feet, off toward my laptop. I haven't forgotten about the tracker I had installed on my blog. No siree. If it works, then... Ah, it did! On the page listing all the visitors for my blog, there's a new entry dated just a few seconds ago. It has to be the abductor. Thanks for your IP address, asshole. I copy the IP address, look up a few IP trackers on the internet, then copy the address into each one. Now let's see what we find. It takes a few seconds for each one to process, but the results I find aren't too surprising. I was honestly already expecting something like this. It looks like the IP address is coming from school. Of course, I have no idea where and by who, but the small browser maps have marked the campus as the IP address's location. Which means it's very likely the abductor is either someone who works here or attends here. In other words, a student. It was adding up to this. All three girls were students of the school, which always seemed too coincidental to me. Maybe if there was a victim from out of town, I'd think otherwise. But nope. It's like this abductor wants to be caught. They're making this way too easy. Well, so I say, but that's pretty much the only thing I've figured out so far. I take a calming breath to try to settle my nerves. Don't freak out, Nicole. All this means is that you'll be extra careful while you're on campus. I'll have to stay in public as much as possible. Take all the crowded routes and make sure I'm with someone at all times. If the abductor thinks they got me scared, they have another thing coming. As a matter of fact, I'm more pumped up to get them than I ever was before. Yeah. I suppose I'll just examine night activities while I'm here. Okay, I better save. This is an Uber save. Go to the next page. That's the last save that I'll need before end of game. Well, not the last save, that way if I mess up and don't raise everything the way I need it to. Let's see, convenience store. I seriously don't know how to raise everything more than I should, or more than what I'm doing. I already bought oops. I already bought the book, so speaking of though, I'd like to finish raising his how to make friends. I don't need to know how to make friends. I'd like to finish raising Ted's affection. That should be the right thing. Yeah. Let's see. He doesn't want the rucksack. I'm pretty sure key rings are a thing. I know I bought, let's see, coffee thermos, day planner, piggy bank. Which means that I only have 2 more for him to buy for him. No. I think it's the key ring and the all-purpose cloth. Let's see how right I am. I twirled the key ring a few times around my index finger before catching it in my palm. It's a key ring, super basic, but I figured it'd fit you better, more utilitarian and with no fancy charms. I was never a fan of keychains and the like. They look like they get in the way. I just need to hold my dang keys, not make a fashion statement. Ted takes a look at the key ring to gauge its size. Yeah, I think my keys can fit on this. I have got a few, so this will be perfect. Thanks, Nicole. You're becoming more practical. I like seeing that. Hooray! Class is terrible, I can't concentrate. I hum cheerfully to myself as I pass by the movie theater. There are so many people here. Did a new movie just get released? Oh, Break It Buster just came out. Right, I'd love to get to see that sometime. Too bad right now I'm stalling the clock. I cyber-hurley and weigh the coffee holder in my right hand. There's drinks for Ted and me in here. I think mine is probably melting, but I'd feel bad if I just waltzed into the shop slurping coffee right in Ted's face. It's better to wait. The shop's only a few blocks away. No problem. I can get there soon. Maybe I'll invite Chandra to watch a movie with me later. When I get to the shop, there's no one but Ted in there. Hey, Nicole. Hey, I freeze once I see he's on the phone. Ted looks angrily over at me and silently places a finger to its lips. Huh? What's that? Oh, yeah. Let me get a notepad real fast. Just a sec. Ted balances his phone on his shoulder as he rummages around the front counter for something to write on. I smile and place the coffee in front of him and then head to the aisles to give him some time. It's funny, Ted would have never allowed someone to talk on their phone while on shift, and now with the block party drawing closer and our barbecue idea in tow, he's been glued to that thing. I hope he remembers what we talked about the other day, that thing about how we should get other people to help, or how he should get other people to help him. Lately, he hasn't told me to really do anything besides my job. I'm getting worried he's going to end up worse than just falling asleep on the couch. As I tidy up a few things, I finally hear Ted say goodbye to whoever's on the other line. That's my cue. It is now safe to approach him. I lean my head out to the side and talk to him from the aisle. Who's that? Ted's still scribbling things down as he talks to me. Local bakery. Just tidying up the order for all that sandwich bread. At this rate, all I have to hear is from the butcher, and we should be good for the big block party. Ted grins at me, excited, and I have to pinch myself because I've never seen him legit excited about anything before. So, you talked to your dad's friends on the force? I got their schedules and everything. Even if we don't get too many volunteers, the extra manpower will really come in handy. I raise an eyebrow at Ted. And you couldn't ask your dad to do that for you? Hey, for your information, fine miss, I did ask my pa to help me with this. Oh, whoops, guess I shouldn't have just assumed that he was still on a one-man control freak parade. I got him to ask them to call me. Maybe I spoke too soon. Ugh, Ted, you know that's not what I meant. Ted slams his pen down on the counter indignantly. What? It's an important job. Not like I could have done it myself. I know hide or hair nor hair of the fellows. That is the lamest excuse ever, and you know it. Shut up. I'll let him help when it gets down to it. I promise. I'm skeptical, but I let it drop. He can be so stubborn sometimes. He's lucky I'm only arguing for his dad's sake and not for my own, too. I want to help out some more. Ted's phone goes off again, and both of us look at where he left it on the counter. Who the hell is it this time? Brow furrowed, Ted lifts his phone up to check the caller ID. Oh, it's Pops. I get closer as Ted props the phone to his ear. Howdy? Yes sir, she's here at the moment. Why? Ted shoots me a glance. They're talking about me? I lean in a little closer to try to overhear their conversation. You want me to what? Well, okay. Ted pulls the phone away and presses the button to place it on speaker. His dad's voice comes out loud and clear. Can she hear me now? She can. Hi, Mr. Star. Nicole, what did I tell you about that Mr. Star business? It's Ron, remember? You're the one who can speak fine English. I expect better. I laugh. It's just a reflex to call your friend's parents by their surname. Sorry, sir. I'll do it next time. Now, sir just makes me feel like some old gent. Anyway, I've got a surprise for you two. Surprise? Pops? Ooh, what kind of surprise? I make sure to keep excited for the two of us as Ron continues his explanation. Now, I know you two have been working real hard lately. I just want to let you both know that how much I appreciate you for giving your all for the shop. So I figured why a night on the town wouldn't hurt, assuming the two of you are free to celebrate tonight. I've caught up with my stuff, but Pops, a night out? Seriously? Do we have time for that? It's a celebration. Of course we have time for it. A celebration of what exactly? Of being such hard workers. I can tell Ron is wearing such a cheesy fake grin right now just by listening to his voice. I bet this is his way of making Ted take a break from all the work he's been doing. It takes a few expectant looks from yours truly before he finally gives in. What are we doing? I silently pump a fist as Ron lets out a small whoop over the phone. I thought it'd be nice to go and check out the new disco club in town. Ah, I've heard of that place. It's supposed to be super cool in there. This would be my first time checking it out if we went. A disco club? You can hear the distaste on Ted's lips. Come on now, son. It won't hurt to try it out. Besides, you love dance. Pops! He likes to dance! Oh my god! Ted hastily covers up the phone with his hand. Alright, I'll just go too. Just stop talking. Okay, that was weird. Do you, want to know? No, this never happened. Don't ask. Yeah, I probably won't. Ron goes over the details of what time we should go and where the place is. Once we have all that sorted out, we bid him goodbye, and Ted hangs up the phone. I swear, all his crazy ideas, and this one has got to take the cake. Lighten up, Ted. It wouldn't hurt to get our hootenanny on. Ted stares at me. Never say that again. Fine, lamer. But can I go now? I hold my hands together pleadingly. My shift's almost over, right? And I'll need extra time if I want to get ready for the disco club later. Extra time? What for? Showering, doing my hair, makeup, choosing what to wear. You know, girl stuff. Sounds like a whole lot of effort for no good reason. Ugh, you'll never get it. Can I just go, please? Please? It takes a few more seconds of begging before Ted finally gives in to me. Again, I might add. Fine, skedaddle. You remember what my pa said? We'll be waiting for you at the disco club. Okay, but what if I get there before you guys do? Ted scoffs. That ain't gonna happen. Ted waves as I head back to my dorm to change. I wasn't lying when I said I needed extra time. Looking attractive is a lot of work for a girl. Though, in some ways, Ted is right. That's the point, or what's the point of dolling myself up like this? It's not like I'm going on a date or anything, unless you counted this as a date for both Ted and his dad. That's kind of funny. I have been saying Ron's pretty handsome for his age. Seriously though, I guess I wanted the extra time to get ready because I kind of wanted to get ready for Ted. Like, I want to wow him, make his jaw drops when he sees me. And this might mean something? Huh. Yeah, it might mean that I like him if I'm going through all this trouble to impress him. I think about it, and I've already called him cute, so I must think he's attractive. His personality, on the other hand, has as much appeal as the smell of wet dog, but dogs are cute, right? When did I develop this weird crush on him? I wasn't like this when I went over to his house. Maybe that's when it finally started then? I don't want to think about this anymore. So I don't. Okay, that's a total lie. Ted's still on my mind. I wonder what he's going to wear to the disco club. Will it be something nice, too? Am I going to look overdressed? God forbid he wear his work uniform there, because I can see him doing that. He'd claim it's just the more efficient thing to do. Jeez, what a cutie. I'm still giggling at the thought as I head to town. It's getting dark outside, the streetlights flicker on, and I look up at them overhead. They're almost like spotlights. Obviously, they're trying to display my awesomely attractive self passing by. Obviously. I decided to go with the yellow sleeveless sundress tonight, cinch a belt around my midsection, throw on a funky patterned vest, and ta-da! I am ready to get my disco on. I secretly hope that Ted likes it, but shh, no telling him that. I see the neon lights of the disco club shining nearby, and I hurry just in case Ted and Ron are waiting for me. I'm half right. Only Ted's there, and he's looking... Whoa. White blazer, gray slacks, and a striped button-up with the first few buttons undone? Either this was a lucky break, or Ted is way better at dressing himself than I first thought. It didn't help that most memories I have of him are in his work uniform. Ew. He has his hands in his pockets and seems to be searching for something as he stands under the lights of the club. I wonder what it is. I wave to get his attention. Hi, Ted. Am I late? Ted turns in the direction of my voice and falters. Nicole? He coughs into his hand, quickly stabling his voice. No, you're not late. Right on time, actually. You look stunning tonight. Oh? What's this? Finally a compliment on my looks? I laugh before he has a chance to tell me to shut up. Kidding. Thanks, Ted. You look pretty spiffy yourself. Why dress up? Well, it's a disco club. I thought I should dress nicely. No real reason. What about you? You don't act like I'm the only one with their best duds on. Why'd you dress up, huh? Easy. I wanted to impress you. Ted flinches back, completely caught off guard. You're just messing around with me. I know you. Maybe I am, maybe not. I flounce playfully toward the club line. Are we going in or not? Oh wait, where's your dad? He said something's coming up, and he can't make it. Called me right at the last second, too. He knows how much I hate that. He totally set us up on a date. Go, Dad! Ted crosses his arms, annoyed. He also looks or sounds kind of suspicious. I don't blame him. Invite us for a night out and then somehow suddenly become unable to show up? I think I'm on to you, Mr. Star. Not that I'm complaining. Well, maybe he'll join us when he's done. In the meantime... I gesture once more to the club, waiting for Ted to get the hints. He rolls his eyes but starts forward. Fine, let's go. Stepping into the club feels like stepping into another world. The multicolored lighting here makes it seem like everything's covered in a powdered haze, and there are lights in the shape of flowers circling the dance floor around spotlights on the floor. I spot people dancing on the dance floor, away from the lit-up bar and snazzy red couches and seats. The whole place just screams 80s. I love it! Wow, it's so cool in here! This place hurts my eyes. Fuck you, Ted. Ted holds up a hand to shield his face, and I nudge him with my shoulders. Hey, don't be such a stickler. We're supposed to have fun, remember? That's the whole reason your dad invited us out. Well, my pa ain't here now, is he? Look, I'll grab us a seat. You wanna order us some drinks? You trust me with your drink? What's the worst you can do? Poison it? I could spit in it. Ted makes a face like he can't think of anything worse. Don't make me second guess myself. Just get us some drinks. Do not spit in my drink! Ted stalks off without another word, and I'm left standing alone in the middle of the club. Wow, rude. Just for that, I should get him water. I never realized how unlockable Ted makes himself sometimes. Like, if he wasn't so serious and uptight all the time, he'd be way better. But he's always so grumpy and pushy, not attractive at all. Maybe I'm just seeing things that aren't there in him. I groan as I thought, or at this thought, as I reach the bar and take a seat. Am I really imagining everything? It's probably better not to try anything if I'm this unsure. My, you seem so sad. Hi! I jerk up right in my seat and look across the counter. What? Miranda? You work here? It's unmistakably her. I'd recognize that spaced out look anywhere. You can say Miranda's a friend. We ran into each other at school one time, and I haven't been able to get rid of her ever since. She's the type of person you'd say is a little mad, but she means well. She's pretty sharp, too, when she's paying attention. Nicole, you look so surprised. Well, yeah. I mean, I never really pictured you working in a place like this. Oh, yes, I agree. Most definitely. But the owner said, what did he say? Miranda squeezes her eyes shut real tight and tries to remember. That was it. He said that I looked great in the outfit, so he decided to hire me. It's wonderful. I can always feel a breeze when I wear it. Oh, honey. Yeah, because she's barely wearing anything. Black pants, a red bikini top, and purple sheer blouse over that. I'm jealous of her body, I'll admit it. Right, anyway, do I really look that sad? A little, just a smidge. Would you like something to drink? Yummy drinks might help you make you feel less sad. Yeah, maybe. Can I have a menu? Without another word, Miranda passes me the drink menu. They have a bunch of fancy sodas here. Smoothies, too. There's even an alcoholic menu, but that's obviously off limits. I can only imagine what Ted would say if I managed to convince Miranda to serve me a drink like that. You made a strange noise again. I did? Sorry, it's just, did you see that guy I came in here with? The one with the funny expressions? I hold back a giggle. That's Ted, alright. See, I kinda like him. A lot. But at the same time, I'm not sure I like him at all. He can just get on my nerves sometimes. Like, I think he's really cool, I look up to him, and he's watched out for me for a long time now. At the same time, he can be such a sourpuss. That's a funny word. But, Miranda tips her chin downward and hums thoughtfully. I don't think it's possible to split his personality in two, so you might just have to take him as is. But on the bright side, you should be able to figure out if you like him or not that way. I guess so. I think about it more. It's a super basic lesson, but it makes sense. If I think about all of Ted's bossy, grumpy ways and still feel all gushy for him, that must mean I really like him, huh? Yeah, that's it. You're right, Miranda. I'll have to figure it out that way. If I really don't like him, these feelings will go away. Anyway, so why fret about it? I slam the menu in front of Miranda, reinvigorated. I'm back, baby! 2 fissures, please. I hand Miranda a $10 bill from my purse, and she gives me my change and an order number stand. I start to look for Ted. It doesn't take long. I should have known he'd pick a booth all the way in the corner away from the noise and the lights. I'm back! I place her number on the very edge of the table and take a seat opposite from Ted. You look like you're having fun all by yourself. I feel a headache coming on. Ted reaches over and taps the number stand against the table. So what'd you get? And how much do I owe you? I got fissures for us both, and don't worry about it. It's on me. Nicole. Ted, please. It's totally fine. What's a soda between friends? Ted grumbles and sits back in his seat. I don't like owing people things. You don't owe me anything. Now stop making a funny face and loosen up. This place is supposed to be fun. When somebody does something nice for you, it's for them, so it's okay. You don't owe them anything but your gratitude, because it makes them feel better. My face isn't funny. Not usually. It's only when you get into one of your moods. I don't have moods. Ted sulks, getting into one of his inexistent moods. Laughing, I notice the server coming over with 2 sodas that I ordered, and he places them on the table before taking our number away. From that point on, Ted and I continue making small talk, but nothing too personal. It's like we're at work, which totally sucks with just the 2 of us here in a club like this. It kind of feels like it's a date. Do I want it to be a date? Maybe a little. You really guzzled that down. My eyes widen as I look at my cup. Whoa, where did all my soda go? Don't tell me I was spacing out again. Oops, I didn't notice. But hey, that's not something you want to say to a girl like that. What did I say? I only pointed it out. Ted arches a brow quizzically. He sips demurely from his drink, and as if I'd be offended otherwise. Honestly, I should be used to it by now. I sigh and place a cheek on my hand. Looking out at the dance floor, everyone looks like they're having a lot of fun out there. I want to have fun too. Ted, let's dance. Ted nearly spits out his soda. He wipes his mouth with a napkin and shakes his head. Go by yourself. I ain't going. Seriously? You really are bad at this whole girl thing. What kind of southern gentleman leaves a lady to dance all on her own? Ted gestures at himself and leans back in his seat. This guy. Fuck you, Ted. Ted, please? It'll be lame if I go out on my own. Give me one good reason that I should. I'll be lonely out there. I only want to dance with you. I think that'll be it, but let's find out. Boop. I guess honesty is the best policy right now. Because you're the only guy I want to dance with in this club. I say it as sincerely as possible so Ted doesn't think I'm messing around with him as like usual. In surprise, his eyes round when then he suddenly averts them by glancing at the dance floor. If you say things like that, a guy might... He shakes his head, blushing. A few silent seconds pass before Ted speaks up again. Fine, I'll go dancing with you, but only because you asked so nicely. He slides out of his seat and gets to my side before I have a chance to stand. I stare at him and as he extends his hands. I'm escorting you to the dance floor, Kay, like a proper southern gent would. Now, you can't complain about me not treating you proper. Ted looks away, hiding his shyness with a shaky veneer as I decide whether to take it or not. Like I'm not going to. I slide my hand into his and smile, meeting his eyes as he glances at me. Firmly, he wraps his fingers around mine and leads me away. We find an open space on the dance floor, and I start to work my body into the rhythm of the dance music they have playing in here. Ted, on the other hand, just kind of stands there, awkwardly shuffling from one foot to the next. I try to yell at him over the sound of the music. Dancing's not that hard, really. I know that. I just... Ugh. Ted mumbles something that I can barely hear. What did you say? Doula? I catch sounds at this time, but no dice. Ted, I really can't hear you. You'll have to speak up out here. Don't laugh at me. I won't laugh at you. Ted roars this suddenly, and I feel like the force knocked me back a few steps. Completely flustered and probably embarrassed, Ted closes his eyes and begins snapping his fingers, just like I had. He eases his body into the rhythm and, oh wow, he's good. No, Ted is actually great. His body is moving to the music so fluidly, no awkward bumbles or missteps. You can dance? I never said I couldn't. Then what was with all that hesitancy? I work in my groove alongside Ted, grinning as he seems to finally get into it. He's pulling all of these moves you only see pros do on the TV. I'm really impressed. Where did you learn to do all this? Dance lessons when I was younger. Ted suddenly reaches for me and pulls me close, locking me in a frame with one hand out and the other near my hip. His fingers curl around mine comfortably. Mostly ballroom, though. And it just ain't something I usually brag about. I suddenly gasp as he disses me without any warning. I look up to see him grinning smugly at me, knowing full well he has surpassed my expectations. You could have warned me you were going to do that! Shucks, that'd be no fun at all. Ted pulls me back up, bringing me back into the frame. I feel my face grow a little hot as he stares right into my face so close to his. Try to keep up. You're gonna look stupid otherwise. Ted takes the lead and guides my body into following his steps. He goes slow at first, like he's trying to teach me, and even though we're in the middle of a bunch of people, it feels like it's just us. Wow, that's super cheesy, but there's no denying my feelings now. Once Ted sees that I've got the basics down, he's twisting and turning me through the music, laughing as he sees me catching on. I like Ted. The way my heart pounds when we hold hands, or the feeling I get when I see him genuinely smiles, only proves it. The night continues on like that, and of course Ted and I take breaks to drink and rest before hitting the floor again. But it's so much fun that I barely notice how tired I am until both of us are leaving the club. My feet are going to be sore tomorrow. I groan and kick up an ankle and try to rub my foot through my shoe. I just had to wear heels tonight. I didn't push you too hard, did I? Are you kidding? Not at all. I had an amazing time. You should have told me you could dance. I don't tell anyone. It's just... embarrassing. Shut up! I don't like people gawking at me like I'm some monkey on a leash. Well, you shouldn't worry. You'd only impress them. I think I even learned a thing or two from dancing with you. Ted pushes his hair back to his face and smiles. I'm a pretty swell teacher, so I wouldn't be surprised. A beat passes. Was that a joke? I point at Ted. You just made a joke! You rarely do that! Don't make such a big deal over something like that. I can make jokes too. Ted crosses his arms, a smile falling off of his face like a badly hung painting. Anyway, it's getting late. We both should head home. Lame. But you're so right. I can't mess up my sleep schedule too much or Monday's gonna be such hell. But I guess that means I'm off then. Wait, Nicole? I stopped mid-step and turned back, or to look back at Ted expectantly. He looks like he has something to say, but as usual, he takes a while to say it. You mind if I walk you home? To make sure you're safe, I mean. I don't want anything bad to happen to you. Uh-huh, I'm sure that's all, Ted. Geez, you're a sweetheart, but that's going to put you out of your way, huh? Thanks, but no thanks, Ted. I'm a big girl. I can walk home on my own. I noticed that slight glimpse of disappointment that runs over Ted's face. Man, I can't let him leave like that, or like this now. I'd feel awful. I don't say anything as I lean over and coyly kiss him on the cheek. The look on his face, he looks like he's going to hit, or just got hit by a bolt of lightning. That's for the thought, and the dance lessons. I wave at Ted as I hurry down the sidewalk. Good night, Ted. I'll see you later. Distantly, Ted waves back at me with a single hand. I can see the other reach up slowly to graze over his cheek, and if I'm not imagining it, Ted grins as the fingers run across his chin. Skin. Both. I'm going to take that as a good sign. Tee-hee! Okay. Oh my goodness, I don't know what to do. Nap time. Class is terrible, I can't concentrate. Which killed my morale, but... let's see, I'm thinking I'll work at the convenience store. And... I think we will finish off his... his gift. I'm pretty darn sure that it's, this all-purpose cleaning cloth, but we'll see. Oh, that's not it. Nope. I lied, that's not it. What about a belt? I don't know why he'd need a belt, but that's just something else that I could see. Okay, it is the belt. Good to know. I have the belt corded up in my hand, so I unravel it and join the two ends together on one side. Look it! I grin and snap the two ends together to make that harsh leathery noise. It's so loud that it makes Ted jump. What the heck is wrong with you? I couldn't resist. But here, it's yours. I know you don't care much for fashion stuff, but this is a popular brand for a reason. Try it. If you went through the trouble of buying it, I might as well. That's the only reason, though. Don't let it get to your head. Yeah. Just make sure it can fit, alright? Right, I hear you. Ted stretches out to full size to compare the circumference of his waist. Thanks, Nicole. I owe you. Hooray! Well, it might take a lot longer than I originally thought to finish this. Also, I need to... What is my morale? It's not as good, but... Oh! I need to back up more often, because I think that hitting the back button actually triggers these scenes. I didn't realize that, but good to know. However, I'm thinking that it's going to take a little bit longer than the original, hour to hour and a half that I thought that this was going to take. And so, instead of making, a 3-hour video, I figure I'll just cut it here, and we'll just take however many videos that it takes to get to the end. I mean, we only went a week, and there's at least 2 more weeks, and I don't know how many scenes. There's probably going to be a bajillion scenes, because it's starting to wrap up, just like the beginning of the semester. So, we will continue next time. And until next time, peace out, y'all.